Hello y'all, what is good? It is your girl Bridget. Today is Thursday, December the 18th. It is 7 days until Christmas. How are you doing? Okay, well, I attempted to do some vlogging outside of my truck today, and my phone fell behind the steps of my truck, and I was panicking, and I had to get my phone from being stuck behind the steps of my truck. Thankfully, I got it out because I'm recording on my phone right now. So yay for that. All right, y'all. Got the phone out. Thank you, God. Okay. So I said all recordings for the rest of the day will be inside the truck. Yeah, this is where we are. I am in the area what we call the sleeper for all those who are not truck people, but the truck people know this is the sleeper. My job has had me on weird schedules for the past 3 days. I'm getting up in the morning. I'm starting to do one thing early in the morning. I'm having to take a long break while I'm doing some job related, and then I have to still drive at night. So this video is gonna be quick because I gotta take a nap, because I gotta get up in about 3 hours and drive again because of how I've had to split my day up. And they have regulation where we can do what you call a split break. Sometimes it's okay, sometimes it's not, because your body is like, hey, what are we doing? Are we sleeping at night? Are we sleeping in the day? What's happening? And it's like, I wish they would get on one accord. Let's do one thing at a time, but that hasn't happened for the past 3 days. So they're trying to plan everybody out, because naturally people are going home for the holidays. I am one of them, and so they want to plan our schedules ahead of time to head us in the right direction to be where we want to be for the holidays. Okay, so one thing that irked me, I'm parked, y'all, right now. I'm parked. I am still in the great state of Arkansas. I am close to Memphis. I'm in between Memphis and Little Rock right now. I have to deliver a load at 4:30 in the morning. Yeah. Crazy work. 4:30 in the morning, but it's Tractor Supply. I've been there before, so I know where it is. It's not too bad of a run. I'll get there and deliver the load. Okay. Also, you know, they try to tell you how they want you to run the load, but being a driver for myself, because I have the experience, I know how to plan my own schedule, so I don't need you to do that part. I just need you to tell me when you need me to be there. I'm gonna be there on time, and I'll schedule how I'm gonna sleep. So that's that. So I go in the truck stop to get me some dinner from this place right here. It's called Charlie's, and Charlie's outside of the South is usually pretty good. Some of my skin folks in there working. The truck stops reeks of weed. It was real ghetto in there. My food had enough salt on there to cause high blood pressure, and I'm just like, y'all, we gotta understand that salt is not the main season of things. Put some pepper in there. You cooking steak, salt and pepper go on the steak, not just salt. It tastes like they cooked that entire steak with a half a box of iodized Morton salt. It was horrible. I couldn't eat but half of the sandwich. And if you're a truck driver, you know Charlie's is not cheap. They are not cheap. A plate of food in there is $20. A combo is $20. $20, and it's salty. But do I feel like going back in there? No. Am I going back in there? No. I gotta go to sleep. I don't have time to go in there and dispute food. And that's something that, you know, as truck drivers, we don't really have the time to be going through that. I'm trying to put this phone down, y'all, without y'all seeing all of the junk of my truck. But okay, there we go. Cause holding the phone, I'm somebody to talk with my hands. My hands gotta be free, so I can talk. But yeah, the food, 5 out of 10 definitely. The truck stop was crazy. So, and the other thing that irks me when I go in the truck stop is men do not respect your personal space as a woman. Especially if it's a woman, they want to say something to me, but my resting face sometimes is not talk to me. I'm going in, especially at nighttime. I'm not in the truck stop to be making new friends. I came to get my food and get out of there and go. I don't need to meet nobody new in the truck stop at night. I need to get my food and go. So I bought me another rug for my front area because the rug I had got ridden with diesel, and I can't stand that smell of diesel. So I threw it away. I got me another rug. I'm standing in line paying for the rug that I bought. This man was this close to me. This close to me. He walks up that close to me. And I'm just like, do I know you? Why are you this close to me? Like, he was so close to me, I almost told him to back up. Like, I need some elbow room. I'm already short, sir. What are you doing? Do I know you? Do I know you? Back up. It is annoying to be in the truck stop. And men, give women their personal space. If you want to say something, use your lips, not your hips. Move your hips away from me. Speak. Say something with your mouth. God gave us a mouth to talk. If you want to speak, speak, but don't come in my personal space. I don't know you. Please, 6 feet. We need to go back to the little feet on the floor to teach people how to spread out a little bit. All right, that's my rant, y'all. But I wanted to say on this video tonight, I wanted to share about just a little bit about a topic that is something that is near and dear to my heart because it's something that I overcame. Those of you all who are watching the video on YouTube and you don't know about this part of my life, you can watch my videos. I have plenty of videos that share about how I overcame domestic violence. And I have come across a couple of ladies this week who are dealing with more mental abuse than physical abuse. I dealt with all of it. But abuse is abuse. You understand? And one thing that I wanted to share is one aspect of how I was able to begin to get away from abuse. And that is the first to start focusing on myself. I am a person, I was raised up in a loving home. My mom had a loving husband. My dad and my mom got a divorce when I was young. I was either 7 or 8 years old, maybe 9, when they got a divorce. But I know I was little. But even as a little girl, I knew my parents didn't need to be together. I didn't know what was going on completely. I didn't understand it completely. I just knew my parents fought a lot, and I did not want them together to fight. I loved my parents individually, but I just knew as a child that they didn't belong together. But my mother remarried, and the man that she remarried, she stayed with until she died. And that was my stepdad, my bonus dad, or whatever you want to call it. And they were very down for each other. I saw love in them that I don't see too often now. I do see it. I really see it a lot. You know, I have classmates that are married. I have friends that are married. They have beautiful relationships. And I think the narrative that's spun a lot is that a lot of people are in unhappy relationships, and that's not true, because I see good relationships on my social media pages. I see them all around me. I see more good relationships than I see not so good relationships. Not to say that they're perfect, but these people are staying together. They're growing together. They have families together, grandchildren together. They're traveling the world. I see good things, but oftentimes we don't talk about the good things that we see in relationships or anything. We are prone to highlight the bad stuff. Kind of like when I started this video, I started talking about something that got on my nerves first. But I purposely did that because I wanted to highlight some good things in the end. Even though for myself, I am very single. The man that I married, I divorced in 2020 legally. We were legally separated for many years. Many years. I had to beg this man to sign papers because it was like, I'm married to you for no reason. We are not together. He has had other relationships. I had other relationships. He has a multiplicity of children and everything. He had went on with his life, and so have I. I went on with my life. So why are we married on paper? And so we finally got a legal divorce in August of 2020. So for 23 years of my life, I spent attached to a man who wasn't in my life. Not like that, not as a husband. He was my husband on paper. So when you think about domestic violence, a lot of times, well, for me, I'll talk about me. I wanted to have what I saw my mama have, but I didn't have all of the components that my mama had in the husband that she had. My mama's second husband was in our church. We knew him. He was Brother Robson. He was the deacon in the church. So we already knew him. He wasn't a stranger to us. All the kids in the church loved Brother Robson. So he was not nobody new. Although as much as I love Brother Robson, I must say when I was a little girl, I didn't want my mama to marry nobody else. I wanted my mama just to be my mama and don't get married again. You know, be happy with me and my brother. Like, we love you, you know, but we didn't understand as children at that time. And my mama wanted a happy relationship. That's what she wanted. She talked to God about it. She wrote it down. She would often tell me, Bridget, you got to write it down. You got to write it down. And that's something I'm working on. I got me another tablet because I've been writing things down. And I got me another tablet last night to continue to write some things down. But she taught me that. But even though I was raised up in seeing a good relationship, somewhere along the way, I didn't have that because I did not do what my mother did. Well, the second time around, I did what she did initially. And that was to try to love a person so good that they would love me back the same way. And what I have learned in life is you teach people how to love you by the way that you love yourself. When a man, especially a manipulative man, sees that you don't love yourself and you will tolerate anything, or you would just allow anything to happen, that man will try you to see just how far he can go with disrespect. Even gaslight you, tell you a thing ain't a thing when you know it's a thing. That man will take you, a manipulative man, not a good man. A manipulative man is drawn to a woman that doesn't love herself. I was trying to take what I thought was the right thing to do and do it with a man who only used my weakness as something to manipulate me with. And so he married me. We had 2 children together, but he was not supportive at all. I did not have what I saw my mother have. And what about me was so... What about the way that I didn't value myself that was so far gone that I chose to stay in that relationship on paper for 23 years and not go forward? Part of it was pain, but most of it was rooted in fear. I actually had a social worker in the food stamp office tell me, after I told him when I was applying for food stamps and welfare at the time, I needed help because I had I was 22 with 3 small children. And so around 25, I'm applying for assistance or whatever. And he telling me, well, good luck getting married again. Ain't no man gonna want you with 3 kids. This man looked me in my face and told me that. So all these things are playing into my psyche at that time, because all I'm looking at is I messed up my life with the choices that I made, and I felt like I had gone to the point of no return. But this is how I got away from that. Years down the line, I learned about personal development. I learned about taking accountability for my life. A former mentor told me that, Bridget, nobody is stopping you in life but you. And when he said that to me, initially I'm like, what? What do you mean? And because I saw all of these problems and outside oppositions, and I didn't have no help, and this and that and this. I saw all of those things as what was stopping me. But what he was trying to impart to me was I was my problem and I was my solution. All I had to do was make a different decision. The first one was to give all of my love and energy to myself. Focus on yourself. Focus on your habits. What are you doing? Because when you constantly focus on something outside of you and then want to blame that on the reason you're not progressing, you don't get very far. So I started to take accountability and responsibility for my life. And I began to meet more and more coaches, more and more people that were in the personal development. I started reading books and learning more about making Bridget better. And really, really, this is what self-love is about, making you better from the inside out. I learned to, my faith was always there. I can say that for sure. I always trusted in God, but I didn't love me. I trusted in God, but I didn't love the God in me. I didn't recognize that not only is God everywhere else, God is also inside of me. In my soul, the life force behind my soul is God. And I remember being in the hospital, waking up out of a coma, and God sending angels to minister to me in the hospital. And these people were not around when I got discharged from this hospital for me to thank them for taking care of me. So this is how I knew I had angels ministering to me, because the nurses and the doctors was like, who are you talking about? But God loved me. And when I got home from being discharged from being in the hospital 2.5 months, I remember talking to Pastor Sims. She called to check on me. That was my first pastor, Pastor Mary E. Sims. Rest her sweet heavenly soul. She's in heaven. But that was my childhood pastor. She called to check on me. And while we were talking, I told her the revelation that I got while in the hospital, that through all of my messing up and all of my bad decisions, God let me know that He was there all the time. And no matter how bad I messed up, He wasn't going to leave me. No matter how many bad decisions I made, He wasn't going to leave me. And over time, I just started to do more and more to love on myself. And that's how I got away from abusive relationships. Now, what the kids say, I clock that tea before it gets to me. I don't have those issues anymore, because I have truly learned what is good for me and in my soul. And I don't have any hate or disdain for anybody outside of me, because I realize that the responsibility of love in my life is mine. That's my responsibility, because I teach people how to treat me by the way that I treat me. So be good to yourself. Be good to yourself. Don't lay that responsibility at the feet of nobody else. That belongs to you. All right? Y'all, I've been here for 22 minutes. I have got to get some sleep, because I can see it in my eyes. I got to take this hot quick nap, because I got to be somewhere at 4:30 in the morning. All right? I hope you all are having a good holiday season. I know some people are saying it don't feel like Christmas of old, and it doesn't. Life is challenging, but God is good. Don't feel like you can't talk to God. Don't feel like God doesn't want anything to do with you. Don't feel like you messed up too bad to pray, or God's not going to hear you. Don't believe those lies. God's there, and He wants to talk to you. And you can tell God your deepest, darkest secrets, and guess what? He's gonna still love you. All right, I'm gonna give me some sleep, y'all. This has been my vlog for today, safely inside of my church. I'll see y'all on the next video. Bye.